All right, welcome to your practice. This is we've been kind of on this journey the past 4 weeks. You can see the retake them if you want on YouTube. We've been going through the five elements. We started with earth, and we did water, and then fire, and then air. We themed around the sort of metaphors or how it can associate with a yoga practice. And today's the fifth one of that series. This is space, and so we'll talk about what that means metaphorically and how that feels like in our practice. And it kind of fits right in with some of the stuff that you all were sharing in the check-ins about where your bodies are at. So the space is like it's the ground. It's really like the ground of being. It's all the space that we take up. And so when we're practicing with the idea of space and spaciousness, we just want our bodies to take up the right amount of space. I like to tell the little ones, they're like little kids, they're like 12 and they're just like all insecure and stuff like this. They're just like, sometimes they get very boisterous, but for the most part, they can be kind of timid. I'm like, be your own size, just stand and be your own size. And everyone's like, that's okay to be my own size. And like some of them are like 2 feet tall and some are like 4 feet tall. And they're in conflict with that. Their height, they're either too big, too small, like all kinds of things they tell themselves. Just be your own size. And I tend to really like that feeling. And why not us, right? Why can't we just be our own size? Um, my teacher, John, one time we were doing asanas and I was like all tight. And he's like, there's mirrors at this, we would travel around and practice together. And he comes over to me and he pulls on things and yanks on things. And he goes, look how big you are. And I was like, wow, yeah, I'm taking up a lot of space. And I was like, okay, let's go for that. And I just opened my pose up and there was so much space there. And it was such a wonderful feeling that there's a sentiment that we fill in with our natural spaciousness and whatever size, whatever shape, to just be in space. The other quality is that there's an openness, a real clarity, really emptiness is the word in the Buddhist tradition. Emptiness that can happen in the mind when it's empty and just space. So sit comfortably and let's spend some time just being in space, being our space. You can start by putting your hands on your knees, your fingertips on your knees, and allow your elbows to kind of open out a little bit to the side so there's a fullness in your posture. Yeah, don't overdo it. Don't be bigger than you are, right? You just be your natural size. And you sort of soften here. And feel that your shoulders and arms are sort of helping create the shoulder girdle and space. And the spine is upright, connecting the shoulders to the hips. And let the crown kind of float. You can even just intentionally kind of like let the crown feel a little bit buoyant, like a buoy. Start to breathe, and as you breathe, don't just breathe like the front of your body. Try to think that your whole being is expanding, front, back, and really the sides. The whole being is expanding as you inhale. And the whole thing kind of contracts and wraps toward the spine on the exhale. And there's something really powerful, just giving our joints space, letting our muscles tone and support around the joint as it creates that space. Good. 2 more deep breaths. Just fill up, be bright, be open. Feel the crown rise, sit bones sink, shoulders and elbows broaden into a fullness. The word for fullness in yoga is purna. Purna means fullness, and you can think of that the space is full. Everything there's something everywhere, even if it's outer space. Something in nature is filling up everything. And your being, your body, is taking up exactly the amount of space that it's meant to be taking up. You don't need to change that. As we tap into that feeling, we settle into that feeling. Just notice if there's any sort of kinks that want to move a little bit. Let this just be experimental at first. Any areas that maybe had to fit inside a box, whether that's a mental box or like physically inside like a chair that you had to sit in that wasn't comfortable. Maybe you've accumulated some boxes you've had to fit in, and just allow a little bit of movement to take shape. I've got an airplane ride on my horizon this month, and man, that's like the perfect example of like having to put myself inside a space that like just doesn't seem to fit right. It should be like a crime. I don't know how they made those airplane seats that size. But here in a yoga practice, like your body has the freedom to be the way it wants to. Yeah. And start to just listening to the body and then letting that unfold. Good. Let's take both hands over to your right side and just kind of move around and just open the spine. You can lean and twist. You're just gonna feel what feels right. You lean and twist. And you're gonna take both hands over to the left and do the same thing. You're gonna lean and twist. And you're gonna take your hands up. You're gonna go behind your head, and gently even press on your hands. My teacher liked to call this the cosmic headrest. That makes sense when we talk about space. The cosmic headrest. You're gonna push back a little bit with your hands on your head, and feel how you can pull the elbows and the shoulders apart, opening your chest here. And then use your breath to fill in the space you're making. Make the space, and the air kind of comes in. The upper chest breathes open. Good. Now slowly squeeze the elbows towards each other. You can lengthen the back of your neck. Open the back of the shoulders. One more time. Cosmic headrest. Press back. Open wide. Be full. Good. Relax the hands down. Drop your head to the left. And then roll it down before coming up. Drop your head to the right. And then roll it down before coming up. Each side, one more time. Left. Down. Up. And drop your head to the right. Down. Up. Good. Lift the chin up tall. Lift the heart up tall. Deep breath. Fill in. And relax. You can close your eyes and just feel your body in space. It's like you are floating in space. Yeah. When you're ready, you're going to come standing at the front of your mat. Take your stance about shoulders distance apart. And then you're going to shift your weight into your right foot. You're going to come up on your left toes. And you're just going to kind of roll around on your toes, kind of making some room in your ankle. So you're kind of making little circles with your foot, opening up the ankle joint. Put that foot down. Let's go to the other side. Get on the tops of the toes and just roll around the ankle. Just kind of feel into it. Make sure it feels right. Put too much effort in. You're just kind of opening and loosening up the joint of the ankle. Good. Come back to center. You're going to bend your knees. You put your hands on your knees, and then you'll put the knees together, and you'll draw circles with your knees, sort of opening and making spaciousness in the knees. A couple rounds, and then you'll just switch the direction, make the circles the other way. Feel the mobility of the knees. Good. Come back up. Step to shoulders distance again. Hands on the hips. You're going to push your hips out wide and then make a circle with your hips. Loosening up the hips. Exploring the range. Exploring the openness of your hip mobility. Let's reverse the circles. Good. You can put the hands on the thighs or knees, and you're going to do standing cat-cow, where you open the chest and chin, you kind of send your tail back. This would be the cow face pose. And then exhale, pull the belly muscles in, sink the sit bone, then tail down as you drop your head, kind of rounding the back, just opening the spine. Inhale, sink, kind of arch your back a little bit, the whole spine. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch, making space in the spine. Good. Let's do some shoulder rolls. Kind of roll them forward first. You're going to go up, forward, and down. More times. Up, forward, and down. You're going to reverse. Up, back, and down. Spaciousness in the shoulder joints. Good. And then you're going to lift up, you're going to look up, you're going to draw a circle with your nose. Reverse the circle with your nose. You can look as high up as you want, whatever feels good for your body. One more time, just reverse the circle. Keep the circle as big as you want. Good. Open your arms out. Imagine you're floating in a cloud, or floating in a bunch of pillows. You can step your feet a little wider. Float your arms like you're resting them on a little table ledge. Open your armpits, open your chest, open your gaze, maybe at the ceiling a little bit, or just where the wall meets the ceiling. Let's take some big, deep breaths. Open up the side ribs. Lengthen the belly. Good. Inhale, lift the arms up, bend your knees, put the hands behind the head. Lean back. You can sit down to chair pose, but you're also kind of opening up the front body. So a little bit of a back bend while sitting in a little bit wider chair. Good. Turn, kind of tilt the body over to the right elbow down, right hip up. Let's go the other way. Left elbow down, left hip up. Breathe. Good. Come back to center. Inhale, stretch up. Let's make a big star shape. Put your feet on the outer edges of your mat, just the narrow edges of your mat, and spread your palms so your arms like a big X shape. Breathe and brighten your palm, expand your palm. 2 more deep breaths. Good. Come back down. You're going to roll your wrists a couple times when you do the wrists. You're going to roll the wrists the other way. Good. Keep your left foot on the left edge of the mat. Step the right toes back along the right edge of the mat. You can keep the back knee a little bent today or make it straight and just lift your arms up. Let's be spacious with our arms. Warrior 1, nice and wide. Keep your feet flat on the mat. Breathe here. You're just going to turn to your left and open the body that way. Come back to center. Turn to the right. Open the body that way. Kind of looks like a warrior 2, maybe not fully. Inhale, center. Nice wide stance. One more time. Turn to the left. Back to center. Turn to the right. Back to center. And step to the front of your mat. Hands to your heart. And then open them out like they're floating out by your sides a little bit. Don't have to work your shoulder, just giving them a little bit of space. Spaciousness is we call it the etheric plane. They used to believe that space, it wasn't just nothing. We think about now, outer space is just nothing, a void, empty. but they used to think of it as that had substance. It took up a space. They have these ideas called dark matter now, and I think they're kind of coming back around with the Higgs boson idea. Space has substance to it. Take a nice wide stance with the left leg back. Inhale, open up. And then it almost has an intelligence of sorts. You can interact with it. So you open up into your own space. Twist, face the front leg. That's twisting to your right. Inhale, open. Twist to your left. Inhale, center. Twist to the right. Inhale, open. Twist to the left. Good. Inhale, center. Just be here a moment. Be big. And step forward. Good. Cover the outer edges of the mat, the short edges of the mat. Bow forward. You put your hands on the blocks, or on the floor, or on your knees, whatever works for you. Flip on fingertips too. You're going to push down with your hands, down with your feet, and extend your spine forward. Nice long, flat back position. Breathe here. Work on pressing down through the whole foot, feeling balanced, front to back, side to side. More breaths. Bright and spacious, long, full breaths. A little bit of pause at the top of your inhale. A little bit of pause at the bottom of the exhale. Good. The next one, release the head and shoulders. Inhale, come up again. If you can, make your legs a little straighter. Look out. And now you're going to turn your gaze to the right and kind of turn your tail to the right as well. Breathe. Good. Turn your gaze to the left. Turn your tail to the left. Breathe. One more time. Let's turn our gaze to the right and breathe. Tail two. And then second side. Good. Sit back. You can bend your knees down. Shift your weight over your feet. You can float your arms out like wings and balance. Just hold in like this wide squat kind of feeling. Now use your legs. Push down. Inhale. Come up. Good. Step your right leg back. We're going to keep our feet straight this time. Sorry, we're going to keep our legs straight this time. Still have that nice wide stance. Legs straight this time. Spread your toes. Take up space with your toes. Put your arms out like a straight line, a T shape. Open across your chest. And then exhale, twist to the left. Inhale back. Twist to the right. Try to keep your feet flat on the ground when you do this twisting. Back to center. And then slide your hands down your front leg and you mount with the knees remaining straight. Breathe here. Full breaths. Take pauses at the top of the inhale and at the bottom of the exhale. Keep your legs straight. Push down with your legs. As you push down from your hips through your legs, reach up from your heart through your crown and arms. Take a deep breath. Fill up. Good. Let's change legs. Slide the right foot forward. Slide the left leg back. So you have a nice wide, long stance. Feet are flat. Spread your toes and keep your legs straight. Extend the arms out like a T shape. Open across the front of the chest and twist to your right. Inhale to center. Twist to the left. a long time, this idea of space, they said, oh, it's not really, there's nothing there. There's nothing there because we can't observe that anything is there, so nothing must be there. And they kept working at it, and they were like, oh, there is something there. And so it was called aether theory. Before science disproved it and said there was nothing there, now like they sort of refound something there, this dark matter, this Higgs boson. Said nothing was there. Let's stretch our arms up. Keep the leg straight and bow down the front leg. In yoga, interacting with space, you can kind of think of it as like that's where ideas live. That's where beliefs live. We tell ourselves things. Where are those thoughts? Are they in physical space? You know, there's physical matter, and thoughts certainly have weight to them. That thoughts kind of live in this space. They're here and they're not totally here. Try to push down from your pelvis through your feet. Push down from your pelvis through your feet. Inhale, rise up as you reach up from your heart through your arms. And the yogis are like, well, wait a minute. You're trying to claim that the space isn't there. Like thoughts and beliefs, they make the world go round. They're very much there. There might be more there. Inhale, reach up. Our beliefs and our thoughts about the world, they might actually define the actual world. We're going to think about space as primary, not secondary to all the physical matter. Exhale out. So that's what they saw it. That space was like a container for all the other elements. Space was like a container for all the other elements. You can think of it like beliefs and ideas and how they shape the world. We're going to step back, downward facing dog. You can do this on a table ledge or at a wall. You want to have a little less pressure on your wrists. Make space, sort of visualize your skeleton. So from your heart, push through your arms and palms. From your heart, push back through your hips and down through your legs. So your mind has an awareness, a spatial awareness of the whole form. Good. Come on down to your knees, and we're going to go to forearms. You can hold the block if you want, or just place your palms flat. Try to make the forearms parallel. Another idea is to actually hold the short edge of the mat in this pose as well. Back the knees up. Back the knees up. And then you can stay on your knees, or you're going to lift your hips into lift the knees into forearm plank. Breathe. Good. Drop the pelvis down. Inhale, curl up, Sphinx pose. And from here with the hands out in front a little bit, you can push the arms straight. So it's like a longer, more of space available cobra pose, taking more space to make your cobra pose. The hands a little further on front. Good. Come back down onto your forearms. Use your knees to push your hips up. And you can stay on your knees, or you tuck your toes and lift your hips up, forearm plank again. Breathe. Good. Drop your pelvis down. Sphinx pose. Relax your spine as you broaden your collarbones. If you want, you can push with your hands. Your elbows come up. Longer cobra. Come back down, forearms. Forearm plank again. Push with your knees. And then extend your legs if you want. Let's breathe in forearm plank, couple breaths. Good. Drop the pelvis down, Sphinx pose. Broaden your collarbones. Push with your arms. And then exhale, lower down. Let's take our elbows wide and our hands wide like a field goal post or a cactus that fell over. Take a moment to relax and let your shoulder blades fall away from your spine. And maintain that space as you lift up your elbows and forearms. Create some shoulder tone. You're going to lift up your legs. Locust pose. Good. Putting the hands back down, but keep them nice and wide. And go up only on the fingertips. So we call it spider tip cobra. Fingertips are down, but palms are up like tents are being pitched. And lift up and broaden your shoulder blades. Exhale, lower down. Relax. And turn your head to one side. Gonna relax your shoulders, let them fall away from your spine. Center yourself, lift up your elbows and shoulders and hands. Lift up your legs and breathe here, locust pose. Fingertips down, tops of the toes down, lift up wide spider tip cobra. And then exhale, turn the other cheek. Place your hands down under your shoulders. Inhale, push up and all the way back to a child's pose. Send your hips over your heels. And lengthen your shoulders forward as you lower the forehead down. Good. Keep walking the hands back and push back until your knees come up and you're in a squat pose near the back of your mat. Squat pose near the back of your mat. You can use your elbows or just your muscles and push your knees apart. Do a little bit wider squat with the knees. Breathe here. And lift up your back so you're a little more upright. Good. Now push down with your legs. Inhale, come all the way up. And stretch your arms to the sky. Take a big step forward with your left foot. Turn your right foot out, warrior two pose. You're gonna bring your hand a little higher, maybe just the height of your gaze or your chin. A little bit higher, warrior two, with the arms. Let's think about going a little longer with our stance now. Scoop the feet a little wider apart. And see if you can bend the front knee just as deeply, taking up a little more space. Pull the pinky edge of the hand back so you're opening up the front body and feeling a little more spacious and open under your armpits, under your throat, under your chin, and the hips are open as well. Can you think about trying to spread those toes? Be your size and really allow your joints to be open. Good. Straighten your front leg, give them a little break. Give yourself a nice little hug. Just wrap your arms so you're holding the backs of your shoulder blades. You can drop your chin here a little bit as a nice little counter. Let's go into that same pose again. You're going to bend your front knee. Nice long stance today. Bright, long arms. And you open up. And you're trying to feel into this empty fullness. That space is this vast voidal thing, but it's got this quality to it. In yoga, there's a quality of fullness in that emptiness, that your mind just feels vast inside, vast and empty. There's a feeling of goodness, feeling of fullness in that mindset. One more time, straighten the front leg, wrap your arms, give yourself a hug. Bend your knees as deeply as you can. I'm going to call both knees, and you're going to open your arms out. We call this cosmic surfer. He used to teach this 100 years ago. Some of you were hanging out with me back then. Cosmic surfer. Both knees are bent. Your arms get to be a little lower. You can even rock back and forth. Kind of feel the cosmic surfing. Good. Step on out of that shape. Ooh, just put the legs together or straight up, stand up straight, mountain pose for a moment. Think about lengthening your joints. Lengthen your ankles, your knees. Lengthen your hips. Lengthen your spine. Lengthen your shoulder, elbows, and wrists. Lengthen your neck. Float your skull. Lengthen your joints. Breathe. Good. Right foot in front, left leg back. We're going to take a nice long stance today. Long stance, open stance. Bring the arms out nice and high, a little bit higher than usual in Warrior Two. Bend your knees slowly forward to the same distance it would normally be. Feeling and taking up a little more space does for your practice today. Breathe here. Good. Enjoy the space between the words. So plenty there. It's not just void, it's not just empty, it's full. Wrap the arms around, hold the shoulder blades, give yourself a hug with the legs straight. Let's go back into a second round, Warrior Two. Breathe here. Recognizing the pause at the top of the inhale. The bottom of the exhale. And see this vast emptiness in the mind. Peer into it, like you might peer into a night sky. Lift straight the leg, give yourself a hug. And then bend both knees. Cosmic surfer, the hands go a little lower. And you're going to rock back to front in your bent knees. Push the knees apart when you bend both knees. That's the key. Cosmic surfing. Good. Step to the front of your mat. Mountain pose. Take a moment. Lengthen your joints, ankles, knees. So it may just be mental that you're thinking about lengthening hips, spine, shoulder, elbow, wrist, your neck, and perch your crown, perch your skull on top of it. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bow. All the way down to the mat. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, go all the way back. You're going to come onto your forearms for dolphin pose. It's downward dog on your forearms. You're going to lower your knees down. Bring your shoulders over your elbows. You're going to forearm plank. You can stay on your knees. We'll straighten your legs. This time we're going to twist our feet. Extend your legs. And you're going to twist your feet, toes to the left. Inhale up, toes to the right. Inhale up, toes to the left. Inhale up, toes to the right. Inhale up, and relax down into the mat. Nice work. Here. Lengthen your spine softly, opening your spine in Sphinx posture. And lower down. If it's available to you, what we did earlier, we put the arms out like a field goal post or a cactus, and you can do that. If that hurt, you can even lower your elbows a little bit below your shoulder. If it's available to you, you do the cosmic head rest, where you'll interlock your fingers behind your head and push your head up against the fingers as you lift your legs up. Cosmic head rest locust. Breathe here. And relax down, turn to one cheek. Put the cheek on the backs of the hands. Hands underneath your head. Let's try another round. Place the hands behind the head. Inhale, lift up. Cosmic head rest locust. Breathe. Be full. Exhale. Turn the other cheek. Good. Place the hands on the mat. Inhale, come up and push back. All the way back to child's pose. Send the hips towards the heels. Arms out in front. Release your head down as low as you like. And you're going to walk your hands over to the right. So you got a little bit of a side twist, side bend, sorry. Then walk the hands over the other direction. Same thing, and drop the right arm. More time, forearm plank. Down to the forearms, tuck the toes, lift the legs, breathe. Push down to forearms, and walk the feet in as you go up into dolphin pose. More challenge, you're going to push down with your hands and push up into downward dog as you walk your feet forward. Challenging to just push from your hands there. Be careful. And then inhale, come all the way up, standing posture. Put your left foot in the middle of your mat and draw your right foot back along the middle of your mat as well. So it's like you're on a tightrope. And now you're going to crisscross the legs. So the front foot goes across, and that may be enough. Or that back foot goes across. So it's like you went past the tightrope like a scissor. Yeah. You want to make this one as long as you feel comfortable, where both feet can still be on the ground. Both feet can still be on the ground. Bring the arms down by your sides, extend your elbows, and gently pull back with your arm, like you're doing like a kung fu chop with your pinky edge of your arm. Yeah, feel how your upper back and triceps tone. This will also open the chest. And we're going to bow forward here. Your legs straight, kung fu chop. So you're lifting the arms up back behind you as you bow. Cross, crisscross, pyramid. Breathe. The balancing is part of it. Wrestle with that stage, keeping the back strong. Push down with your legs. Inhale, come up. And step forward. Put the right foot in the middle, front of your mat, and slide the left foot back to the middle of your mat. Then you're going to crisscross the front foot first, maybe the back foot for a little more, but both feet are still flat on the mat. Make sure you're balanced, that the feet are planted. You've got a nice long stance. I hate to have your reason that you're losing your balance because it's just too narrow. Ignite your arms, sort of press through your elbows and press back through the edge of the pinky edge of the left arm. Feel the upper back and triceps engage. Breathe and feel full, and then bow. Any amount that works for your body. Let's work on keeping both knees straight today. Moving energy through the knee rather than out the back of the knee. Now back up. Your knees and step out of your pose. You might want to use the wall today. You'll have the wall in front of you for your fingertips to touch. You're going to sit down into your right leg and hook your left knee on top of your right leg. Hands can be out in front. This is for eagle pose. So squeeze the knees together, squeeze the shins together. With the left knee on top, take the left elbow under, eagle pose. If you don't want to use the wall, otherwise the fingertips on the wall is great. Breathe. Look back at the heart. Feel into this space that you can't see. Back of the heart. That's what an empty, full mind feels like. Like you know that it's there, the back of your behind your shoulder blades. You know that there's space there, but you can't see it. But yet you know it's there. It's similar with the mind. It's not a thought. But the container of the mind, where all the thoughts are within, you know it's there. You just can't see it. You can feel that it's there. That is what an empty, full mind feels like. Good. Open back up, stretch open. Long spine, long joints, reach up high. Let's do the second side. Left leg down. Left leg down. You're going to put the right knee on top. Eagle leg. You can just stay with eagle legs, or if you want to include arms, bring the right elbow under. Breathe here. And focus. Even though your eyes can't see, you still have a vision of what it's like behind your back, the mid and upper back. Open up, extend your arms nice and long. Relax. Good stuff. Let's take a nice wide stance on our mat. Wide open stance. You can go a little wider than you usually do. Hands on your hips. Push your hips to the right, stretching the inner left thigh. Push your hips to the left, stretching the inner right thigh. Back to center. Push your hips forward, letting your shoulders sink back. Let the chin drop or let the chin lift, whatever feels better to your spine. With a stretch across the front of the hips. And then open your arms out, nice wide T shape, slightly wider than the T shape. And take your left hand all the way to the right leg. You can go for the knee, the thigh, so you're going to reach all the way for the foot in one motion. Twisted, wide-legged pose. Push with your legs from your center. Push down through your legs. Come up. Twisted over with the right hand to the left leg. Thigh, knee, shin, or maybe some of you even the foot. One big motion. Hold and breathe. Push down with your legs. Inhale all the way back up. Turn the heels in a little bit more. Push the knees out. You can push the knees broad as you sit into horse stance or goddess stance. Breathe as you lift your spine upright. Cosmic headrest or something a little more open if it suits you. Breathe and then pull the right elbow down. Inhale up. Pull the left elbow down. Inhale up. Sit the deepest you're going to sit today in this pose. Keep pushing the knees wide, and then inhale, extend the legs, extend the arms up. Really elongate your elbows and wrists and fingertips. Good. Turn the left foot in and bow over the front leg, Trikonasana pose. That'd be your right foot in the middle. You can do both sides. Breathe here. Inhale back up. Rotate the feet to the second side. Triangle pose, second side. Breathing, fill in with the breath. And stay that spacious. Big open wings. Inhale, come back up. And step forward. There's this great Chong Su poem where he talks about this lark, or like a stork. And say it takes the stork 30,000 years to make one flight of its wings. It's like 15,000 years to lift its wings and 15,000 years to bring its wings down. And in 30,000 years, it crosses the entire universe. And then it does that again, does 30,000 years on its way back. And I think that's such a powerful poem because it just takes us, it puts perspective on all the little things that we can get caught up with in our human life. So you're going to try this flight of the lark here. And open your wings, open your feet about shoulders distance apart. Let your arms hang by their sides. And you're just going to go as slow as you possibly can. Close your eyes even. Imagine you're just in the one end of the universe. You're going to lift your wings as slow as you possibly can without stopping the movement. Take multiple breaths. Relax all your joints. You've got all the time in the world. Your lifespan is on a whole another spectrum. Relax your joints. As you get to the top of your flight, realize you only made it halfway across the universe. 15,000 years it took. And you're going to start the descent back down another 15,000 years as you flew the other hemisphere of the universe. Relax your joints. You've got all the time in the world. We're going to do this whole cycle one more time because we got to go back now. We made it to the other end of the universe. Totally different perspective on the goings-ons of a lifetime. Here we go. 15,000 years as you bring your wings up. Vast and empty, yet full. And 15,000 more years, you make it back home to the other end of the universe. As your arms reach the bottom, just soften your knees a little bit. Soften your elbows out like you were just existing fully in empty space. You didn't have to stand up and be a person. You just floated in the nebulous state. They call it Wu Wei in Taoist cosmology. They call it Shiva consciousness in yoga or tantra. You just float and exist and dwell in the nebulous state. And you slowly start to melt down towards the mat. Bending your knees nice and deep. Hang your head as you rest your fingertips on the mat. Down to kneeling with the knees together and the feet apart. You can sit between the feet or sit on some props between the feet. Virasana, hero pose. Gently sit back a little bit today. Feel the tops of the quads stretch. And come to neutral. Turn your palms up like they're a basin, a pool. And let's practice some full torso breathing. Exhale the air. And then fill up the chest, the ribs, and the belly, all as one full breath. And then empty the belly, the ribs, chest. And then we're going to practice inhaling from top to bottom. And then exhale from bottom to top. Inhale from top to bottom. And then exhale from bottom to top. Inhale, top to bottom. Exhale, bottom to top. Inhale, top to bottom. Exhale, bottom to top. 3 more. Be in the empty, full spaciousness of your breath. Gently twist to your right and take a full torso breath still. Twist towards your left and take a full breath still. And then come to center and come forward into a tabletop shape. We're just going to briefly transition from tabletop into pigeon pose with the left knee in front. Pigeon pose with your left knee in front. And pigeon pose with your left knee in front. Let's lower our right elbow down first. And then both elbows down. Keep the back body full. Let your hips and crown get heavy. Center yourself and bring the other knee, the right knee forward and the left knee back. Then you bring the left elbow down first. You can just stay there. And add the right elbow down. Let the sit bones and the head grow heavy. Rock onto your right hip and swing your legs all the way around to the front of your yoga mat. Place the soles of the feet together and hold the ankles. Take a deep breath in. Gently pull the elbows apart As you start to round the spine forward, letting the skull be heavy. You feel the shoulders dropping away from your ears as you anchor your elbows into your thigh. Inhale up, and an option to put something under your hips. Option one is to put your right leg straight out, a little bit easier. Option two is to take that right foot, keep it bent, keep the knee bent, and bring it under your left leg. So you bring the right leg under the left leg, and the left leg will come over the leg. Yes, and if possible, the left foot is going to be touching, the sole of the foot is on the ground. Then you're going to give yourself a nice little hug, squeeze your right thigh, squeeze your left thigh, and turn your body, your belly, towards your inner left thigh. Open the shape, keep it if you've got the leg bent, and if not, let's all try to keep the bottom leg bent. That's your right leg. Right leg is bent. You can copy me in the camera. And maybe move your left ankle on top of the knee. If you can't put the ankle on top of the knee, it's okay to put it in front of the knee. A little more accessible. On top of the knee. If you can do on top of the knee, you're going to stack your shins on top of each other. It's called fire log. It's okay if this top knee floats a little. And it's also totally fine to put the ankle in front. Open your fingertips out, push the elbows apart, and gently bow your forehead towards your shins. Fire log pose. Inhale, come back up. Put that leg out, release the legs. You can, if you want, if you did it on the first side, make the left leg straight. Otherwise, take the left foot, bend the knee, and put it under the right leg. With the left foot under the right leg, either way, take the right foot, go over the bottom leg, and plant the foot on the ground. If you can't do that, you just stay on the other side of the leg. That's still fine. Grab the shin or leg and gently pull towards you as you turn your belly towards your inner right thigh and twist. Ardha Matsyendrasana, I believe this is called. Half fish, half lord of the fish. Half lord of the fishes, if you want it to sound fun. If it wasn't fun enough already. Come back to center. You can put the ankle on top of the bottom knee. If that doesn't work for your body, you're going to go in front of the knee. And then try to make your shins stacked. If it's in front, it's close to stacked, but it's not quite. It's like a pile of logs instead of a stacked logs. Fire log pose. And then you're going to take the elbows, fingertips apart, bend the elbows, and gently bow forward. Fire log pose. Relax and breathe. Yeah, hang the head like a bowling ball. Inhale back up. Put the legs out straight. And keep the knees bent slightly as you start to roll down, pressing your spine into the mat, into the floor, vertebra by vertebra. Once you get down here, you can bend your knees so the feet are flat on the floor. Take a moment just to let gravity assist you and settle into the mat. Space can sometimes make us feel too far out. So you just come back into your physical body, eat a bunch of pizza and cookies and binge watch Netflix. I'm just kidding. You do something earthy, something worldly. But it's nice to have this container that we can go to, we can connect with, we can realize. Sometimes the things when we fixate and we get tiny and we get small about things that are happening in life, we can contemplate the vastness and openness of space for a little bit of perspective. Plant your feet, root down, inhale up, bridge pose. Breathe here. It's a bridge sometimes. And that material, physical, earthly life, all the way through the elements into the vast, wide open, less substantial, but still substance, space. Lower down. Put out the right leg and take the left knee all the way across the body while keeping your left shoulder on the mat. Back to center, put your left leg out. And then take your right leg all the way across the body while keeping your right shoulder on the mat. Back to center. Stretch your legs out. Stretch your arms out. Make sure all your joints have plenty of room, plenty of openness. Make sure the space under your chin is lifted enough that the throat feels free. The shoulders have room from the ears. And rest here. Dissolving. Feeling the freedom of a lark who could cover the distance of the entire universe with one flap of its wings. That doesn't sound like a long time at all. Just one flap of your wings. Stretch your body and press up to a comfortable seat. Thanks for practicing. Namaste.